Welcome to the show. It is the Going On Daily Live Morning Show, and I'm your host, Ron Rigo, and I got the big dog, Kenny Schofield, in the house. Kenny, this is the show that we dread to do every year, and that is the In Memoriam. So
Yeah.
we are going to pay tribute to those that we lost this past year, because it is 2025. Happy New Year, everybody. And let me tell
Happy
you,
New Year. Yeah.
I wanted right. I wanted to put fancy graphics like I did yesterday with Happy New Year and all that,
Hmm.
but because it's the in memoriam, I kind of left that out
Yeah, I
because I
hear you.
think we need to pay tribute the proper way, and
Yeah.
so I didn't put Happy New Year on anything. So, but we do have some great segments in between all these names we're reading off. And I gotta say, it's startling the number of people that we lost this year. The number is
Yeah.
staggering.
Yeah.
And like I've been doing that for 2-3 years now,
Hmm.
and I don't think it's ever been this many big names. Like there's been
Mm.
big names in the past. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago with baseball, we lost like four Hall of Famers in the same year. But to this magnitude of how many big stars, I don't think this is the worst. This is the worst one.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start it off with a little bit of a fun segment. We're going to try to keep doing some of those segments in between all these names, and hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you comment and reflect on some of these people that we talk about.
Yeah.
Just throw those comments up there. We will talk to you, and acknowledge all of you that do comment, and hopefully everybody's up and about by now. It is 11 o'clock here,
Yeah.
on the East Coast. Becky may not be awake at 9 a.m. in Edmonton at this point, so hopefully you'll watch the show later if
Yeah.
you can't wake up now.
Hmm.
So this is going to be a pretty good show. It's going to be a powerful show. It's going to be a sad show
Yeah.
with a lot of fun mixed in, because we're going to be talking about some of these people. And Kenny, as I read off names, please, if you need to jump in.
Yeah.
Because if you have something to say, I want to know, because I want to be able to talk about some of these people.
All right.
But before we do that, let's get into where you can find us, right? You can
Yeah.
watch
Hmm.
us on YouTube. So click that subscribe button, click that
Yep.
bell,
Yep.
and so that way you always get to know when we come live. It is at YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting. Just type it in, Rhode Island Broadcasting,
Hmm.
and you'll find us. We have a lot of great programming on this channel. You can also find us on Facebook at RI Broadcasting. And again, follow us, share the show, click that little bits button. I mean, not the bits,
Hmm.
the stars button,
Start
and
button.
donate some stars.
Yep.
Keeps the show going. We don't have to worry about, power outages and stuff like that. It just keeps us going.
Yep.
Keeps us going. And of course, on Twitch at RI
Hmm.
underscore broadcasting. You can subscribe there. That helps as well when you subscribe.
Yep.
So not only follow, subscribe, and also you can throw us some bits. They're a penny a piece, penny a piece.
Hmm.
Again,
Hmm.
it helps. It all helps. Even when you just share the show, it helps.
Yep.
So tell your friends, tell your friends, aunt and uncle. Tell everybody. That guy that's always cutting his grass at like 7 in the morning. Tell him.
Hmm. Hmm. Tell him. Yep.
Tell him. Especially if he's cutting the grass out in California,
Mm.
you know, you might be able to stop that by telling him to
Mm.
watch, because it'll be like 6 o'clock. And by the time by the time the show ends, it's already going to be like 7:30 by the time he gets out there to do it. You save
Yep.
yourself now
Yep.
just by telling him. So, all right, Kenny. Oh, I almost forgot about Patreon.
Oh,
Great mugs, stickers, pins, pens, all kinds of stuff. Get on Patreon at RI Broadcasting and start supporting the show. But get those, especially those videos. I keep
yep.
mentioning buying those videos for $3. It becomes your video because I will make sure that comes down from the internet, no matter how good it's doing. If it's
Mhm.
got a million views, I still take it down.
Mm.
Be heartbreaking, but I would take it down. So, all right, Kenny, it is time for vacation, right? Everybody's on vacation.
Yeah. Everyone's on vacation, right? You need to go home, you need to rest, recuperate, spend time with your family. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. So, I don't know if you heard this story. The NHL is fining the Dallas Stars $100,000 for violating the CBA.
Wait, did they do something? Because there's supposed to be a freeze on their rosters for Christmas.
On Monday, they had a practice.
Yeah, they're supposed to be off.
Yeah. They've been fined for having an optional practice session during the monetary Christmas break.
Mm-hmm.
So any sort of on ice activity or travel for games is prohibited on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and the 26th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they must have held a practice on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Oh, that's not good.
That's not good at all.
Oh, they got a fine coming, and that's that.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
getting it. It's not
Yeah.
even a question.
Yeah. $100,000. Yeah. So the coach said, and I quote, they had an optional, and of course, the younger guys all showed up like they were supposed to do.
Yeah, they're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, they're not supposed to do
Not
that.
supposed to. You can't
But
you can't have players be there. It's what the NHL decided, how like the NFL and NBA decide to play games on
yes.
Christmas Day,
Yep.
and that is fine, whatever. I do happen to like to watch the games on that day, but
Hmm.
I like what the NHL does. They actually give them that time off, and they can't practice, they can't do
Yeah.
any of that stuff because it's their time. It's their time, and that's what
Yep.
the players would rather do. Because when you do an optional, you think those young
Hmm.
players aren't going
Everybody's
to
gonna come.
feel obligated to go? That's why they were there,
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
because they're trying
Exactly.
to save
Oh,
their
coach said
jobs.
it's optional, but exactly. Exactly.
It's just despicable for Dallas to do that. Seriously, it's a
Yeah.
because they also do like the roster freeze. Barring injury, you
Hmm.
can't really move around your roster during a certain point in that time, in that little span, right? And you can't make trades, you can't do any of that stuff
Right.
because they don't want people getting traded on Christmas Day.
Right.
And I think the NHL gets it right there. And Dallas should
Yeah,
be
they do.
ashamed that they did that. Should be ashamed.
Yeah.
I mean, just you can't give them 3 days? Like really? You can't give
Right.
them 3 days? It's the wrong thing to do. Dallas Stars, find their butts. Find their butts. Not find,
Hmm.
fine. Dollars.
Mm.
Cha-ching for the NHL.
Yep.
What do you think? You like that rule that they have?
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I mean, it's a rule they put in.
Yeah,
It's in the contract. So why would the coach say, "Hey, we got an optional, yeah, we're gonna optional." It's Christmas, spend time with your
yep,
family,
yeah,
like you said, but the young kids, they want to save their
and
jobs,
frankly, if they don't put games on Christmas Day, I don't care. I can binge watch shows if
right?
I want.
Exactly.
They should have the holidays off. I mean, they're
Yep.
traveling all the time. All the time. They're all traveling. Throughout the whole year. Some of those um, road trips are pretty long. Like the Bruins just had a 2 week
Yeah.
long road trip. I mean, you're away from the family.
Yep.
Shouldn't happen. And especially when you
Shouldn't
get the
happen.
road trip and you're the team that's there on the road on Thanksgiving or Christmas. That's just crap.
Mm,
That's crap. You got to give
it's
them
just
time.
crap. Remember back in the day, no one can afford an airplane, so they drove a bus.
Used to
Oh,
be buses,
yep, city to city. Yep.
especially the NHL. That
Oh,
didn't end that long ago.
yeah, it didn't. It didn't because I remember. Quick story. I remember I grew up in Boston, and me and my friend used to go downtown and all over the place. Look for car shops, and we used to eat through our. So we're walking down Causeway Street, and we see this bus,
Hmm.
and all these guys are getting off the bus, and we're trying to get through, and they're trying to say, "Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me," and they go through this side door of the Boston
Yeah,
Garden. Right? So we're thinking, oh, excuse me. And we're walking through, and he says, I think we just passed the Bruins. I said, what? Wait, what? Wait. They were getting off the bus to go into the
yeah.
arena. And I'm
Probably
like,
just came
what?
back from a
Like,
road
what?
trip. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, wait, what? And all of a sudden, we looked around. They're already in there, and the door's closing. I'm like, oh, are you serious? Ah, I had no clue they were the
yeah. They could have
Bruins.
came back from New York or Toronto even.
Yep, exactly. Yep, that bus. Yep.
Yeah. So it wasn't that long ago that they were taking buses all the time.
Right, I was 18. Now
I
I'm
mean,
old now, and I'm old now.
it's gotten a little better for the NHL players. Thank God, because
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
most back in the day when I used to first watch them, 70s and 80s, most of the players
Mm,
had second jobs, like summer jobs.
yeah,
And
yep,
it's sad that they couldn't afford to live on the salaries they were getting.
yeah,
But they were
true.
still there playing their hearts out.
Hmm. Yep,
It's a special thing to be an NHL player. It really is. They really had
yes, it
to work
is.
hard
Yep.
for what they got right now, and
Hmm.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for all the sports, all the athletes that really
Yep,
give a damn.
yep,
And it's
yep.
usually those tougher sports. Like you're always seeing, NHL players doing charity events, and as well as football players. They are very much into a lot of that stuff. Baseball. I mean, there are a lot of players that do that, but it isn't all of them.
Hmm.
It isn't all of them.
Yeah,
Some of them have their egos too much, and you know, NBA players. I think it's probably a mixed bag with the NBA as well. There's some players that
hmm,
really go all out, and then there's some players that do the mandatory, and
yeah,
then that's
yep,
it. So, um,
yeah.
so great
Did,
segment.
so did you? So did you send a happy birthday card to LeBron? He turned 40.
No, I did not. I forgot to put it in the mail,
Oh,
so I just put it in the
dang. Okay.
fireplace.
Yeah.
I purposely bought the card to send to him, only to want to put it into the fireplace. I can't stomach that man. Like, I keep seeing the videos online, and it's like, when he does something great in a game, he puts his little crown on. He ain't no
Yeah, yeah.
king. Get out of here, you scrub. Scrub. I've never seen a player that just disrespects the game as much as he does. Disrespects. Every time you mention basketball, it always goes to that. I can't stand him. Can't stand it. I think you do it on purpose too.
No, I'm just saying he turned 40, so it was his birthday yesterday, and I got NBA League for Christmas, so they had a little tribute.
Of course, they have a tribute for him. Did anybody get him a walker? Just saying. Bengay.
He said he got another 6 or 7 years.
Oh, come on! I cannot endure LeBron playing more. Oh, he needs to just retire, please. Is he holding out for his son to be good?
No. See, what's going to happen is he already got Junior.
Yeah, he's going to hope to be the first grandson.
Yes.
For that matter, I hope Junior only has daughters.
What's the? Then it'll be Juana Man. Juana Man.
Oh my God, that's funny. That is funny, Kenny. All right, so you know what this means, right? We did our first segment.
Yep.
Now it becomes the memoriam.
It becomes
those we lost in 2024. Yes. Now there's a lot of names on this list, and I can't open this. Now bear with me, because there will be some people that you may not know, but there are also people that like certain genres and will know some of these names. And let me see. Becky is here. Good morning, Becky. Good morning to everyone but LeBron. That's what Becky says. And my sentiments as well. The heck with him. So glad you joined us, Becky. Hopefully Martin comes, as well as the rest of our regular fans. Look, we're going to start it out with these guys and ladies, authors. That will be the first few names on the list. Werner Vinge. He's a sci-fi writer. A Fire Upon the Deep and Rainbow's End. N. Scott Mama, or Moma, M-O-M-A. Housemaid of Dawn and The Way to Rainy Mountain. Laureate, oh my God, De Brunhofer. 98 years old. He's a French author that wrote Babar. Remember Babar?
The elephant? Oh wow, okay.
See, it's like we know some of these things without realizing some of it, right?
Yeah.
Lynn Reed Banks, L-shaped Bloom, the Indian in the Cupboard. Remember the Indian?
Okay. Okay. Yes.
That's a thing that I did in school. We had to do that one. Barbara Taylor Bradford, A Woman of Substance. Francine Pascal, Sweet Valley High. Brian Lumley. He's a British author, and I didn't write down what he did, but he's a British author. 86 years old.
Okay.
Robbie Harris, It's Perfectly Normal. Tom Purdom, Romance in Four Worlds. Sounds like a Captain Kirk story.
Interesting.
Howard Waldrop, sci-fi writer, Them Bones. I've heard of that.
Them bones.
Them Bones.
Them
Martin Middlebrook,
bones.
The Battle of Hamburg. I don't think they're fighting over cows. I think it's actually the city, I would think. Right?
Yeah.
I think he's a historian writer. That's why.
Mm.
Anisi Okoro, 1 Week, One Trouble, and 94 years old for the Nigerian writer. And Brian Stableford, Balance of Power. I don't know if you've read that. Also, Michael Walsh, film critic, Canadian film critic. Becky, do you know Michael Walsh? She's got some other. What's this? I'm trying it out on YouTube. See if the lag between comment and commentary is any shorter. Oh yeah, because I think it's a 30-second delay of at least for me, it's a 30-second delay.
Yeah.
I guess what I'll do is I'll type Babar. Hashtag Babar.
Hashtag Babar.
See, now that's not too bad for me. That came up pretty quick.
Yeah, it did.
So Becky, if you can possibly do this for me, because there's so many names, can you hashtag them? At least like those major ones. So that way we can get all this out. Yep, Michael Walsh from Canada, of course. See? Michael Walsh. All right, so now my notes are all over the place. I can't wait till we get down towards the end where I don't have as many notes to look for. That means it is time for production time, and this is a big one. Because there are going to be some names on here that people know, I'm sure. Hamburg. Oh, see, it's already doing it. Thank you, Becky. There's going to be some people that you know. And there's going to be people that you don't know, that you don't realize you don't know. All right, so Jerry Foley, director from The Late Show with David Letterman. Yes, Mr. Letterman.
Yeah.
Aileen Donovan, producer of Places in the Heart and Nobody's Fool. So those are mainstream movies that, you know. Joe Camp, director of all the Benji movies. And he helped create Benji, the dogs, you know?
Oh, Benji, yeah.
So I watched pretty much most of those when I was young. E. Duke Vincent, producer of Dynasty, Beverly Hills 90210, and Charlie's Angels.
Wow.
So, I mean, you're talking things that we all know. We just didn't know the producer of these things. And, I mean, this is big. There's a lot of them that are well-known shows or movies that are on here. Sam Mercer, producer, Unbreakable, The Village, and Signs. So the M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Village, you know, of course, Unbreakable with Bruce Willis, and of course Samuel L. Jackson. Great movie, loved it. And Signs with Mel Gibson. Those are 3 big movies right there. Although Village ended kind of crappy. So, little word of wisdom: when you go see an M. Night Shyamalan movie, leave with 10 minutes left so it doesn't ruin the movie on you. 10 minutes.
That's deep.
10 minutes left, get up, walk out, because the ending is going to suck and it's going to mess up the whole movie. It's true. If I would have left 10 minutes before the village end, it would have ended great for me. And then the ending comes and you're like, what? What? Great movie
What?
until 10 minutes. It's like that with all his movies. The one with Mark Wahlberg, too. The Happening.
Mm-hmm.
If I left 10 minutes before the movie ended, it would have ended great. And then he continues it. Why? All right. David Seidler, screenwriter, wrote The King's Speech. And Tucker and His Dreams or something like that. I can't remember the Tucker and I can't read The Man in His Dreams. I saw that movie. It was a good movie. I did not see King's Speech though. Big movie for them. Didn't see it. Okay, so I switched to my computer and it's way faster. There was about a 20-second delay between phone and computer. So here is where I will comment. And there we go. See, she's got it all sorted out. Good that you.
All right, Becky. All right, back.
All right. Rob Holcomb, director of ER and The Greatest American Hero. Remember that show? Oh, that show. That was so good.
I love that show.
So good. Yes. He was also the producer of The $6 Million Man with Lee Majors, which I loved it.
Wow.
Loved it.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know if he helped produce Bionic Woman, but I gotta think he would probably be on that one too.
Yeah, he probably is. Yeah.
Great show. Watched all of it recently.
Me too. I watched every single episode.
Watch it, and then all of a sudden I fell off. I think I fell off when McDreamy came.
Oh.
I think that's when I fell off. And then I thought George Clooney was going to be a great actor after that. And boy, was I wrong. He's terrible. He just plays himself. He plays himself. He literally plays himself in every movie.
Don't disrespect Clooney, yo. Don't disrespect Clooney.
331 episodes of ER. See, Rob Holcomb was a big part of that. And we didn't know him from a hole in a wall. We had no idea who that was. Well, now we know. Trevor Griffiths.
What? McDreamy is an ER. Yeah, McDreamy is an ER. You're thinking of
Oh, that's Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah. I'm like, what? I'm like,
yeah. Okay, so that's when I fell off of Grey's Anatomy. That's what it was. I'm thinking maybe I only watched the first couple of seasons of ER, and I I didn't care for it. It's okay. I think there was probably something better on at that time. What night was ER on?
No, Wednesdays.
When did Survivor start?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All right, Trevor Griffiths, screenwriter. He wrote Reds, that movie way back in the day. We weren't allowed to watch anything else till all 331 episodes were done from my husband.
Good man. Won
a lot of awards that show, so they did something right.
Good man.
2000 was Survivor, so that came after ER, right? When did ER end?
Yeah. Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know.
Let me look that up.
Bow! I got her.
Oh man, that's great.
Gotcha.
Bruce Kessler, director of McCloud and the Monkey. Might be the Monkeys. I think it's the Monkeys. I just forgot to put the S. ER was
Cloud
1994.
before.
So Becky's already done it. No need to look it up. Oh no, I
No
was
need to
quoting
look it
Kenny
up.
from
Oh,
yesterday. Which, if you haven't seen the New Year's Eve show, that was yesterday morning, you gotta see it because I was literally laughing behind the scenes the entire way. It was such a great show. All right. No, that was no. It's two different things, Becky. It's not McCloud and the monkeys. It's McCloud and then the monkeys. New TV show, McCloud and the monkeys.
monkeys.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. Let me see. Where did I leave off? Bruce Kessler, Linda Obst, producer of Sleepless in Seattle. Huh? Sleepless in
Mm.
Seattle, Mr. Hanks, and
Meg Ryan.
oh my God,
Meg
Meg
Ryan.
Ryan. Oh my God, I couldn't remember her name, and I think she's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Kaufman, producer of Machete and Machete Kills. You ever watch those quality movies?
No.
Alan Bly, writer of Smothers Brothers. So he was the comic writer for that variety show. So
Mm-hmm.
Smothers Brothers. Eric Gilliland or Gilliland. I don't know. I just look at it and I see Gilligan. That's all I see. But it's not
Hey,
Gilligan, it's
Gilligan.
Gilliland. Writer,
Mm.
producer of The Wonder Years. Who's the boss? Tony Danza, right? And the producer of Roseanne. There you go, Becky. See, you like
Yo,
Roseanne.
I, I, I just started watching Who's the Boss again.
Who's the Boss was such a great
I've
show.
been watching. Oh, such a great show. And Judith, yo, I gotta tell you right now, yo, Judith
Yeah.
Light.
That's it.
Oh, she was fine, yo. She was fine. That was,
So you had
she
a
was good
thing for
looking.
Who's the Boss?
She was,
Who's the
no,
Boss's
no,
Judith Light.
no, I don't. I'm just saying she was good looking. She was good looking.
Oh,
I'm
is
just
that
saying.
what you're saying? Okay. It sounded like a
I got,
little
I
more
got,
than that.
I got one celebrity crush. Okay, right.
Who's that celebrity?
She worked on Food. Well, I got two, and they both work on Food Network. Okay, right.
Rachel Ray?
No,
I
Rachel
don't know the
Ray.
other chefs.
Hell.
Are you talking
Mm.
about never mind. I won't go there.
Her initials AG.
I don't know. I don't know them.
No, no,
I don't
no,
watch the
no.
Food Network.
Yeah, I can't take it, yo.
I don't know. Why?
You see what Becky said?
Paula Deen. Paula Deen. Oh my God. Your celebrity crush is Paula Deen?
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. That's hilarious, yo. That's hilarious. Oh gosh. Becky's too funny, yo.
Oh,
Becky's
that
too
was
funny.
great, Becky. That was great. That right there is worth watching the show. Just that one comment.
Yeah,
All right, let me
yes.
continue this. Roger Corman.
Oh.
He is a filmmaker for low budget horror movies. I've heard of him. That's odd because I looked at the list of movies and I hated all those movies. Hated all of them. Peter Burkos, sound editor for Slapshot and Hindenburg, who won an Oscar in 1975 for Hindenburg.
Oh, okay.
For sound editing. Bridget Dobson, writer for General Hospital, Guiding Light, and producer for Santa Barbara. You used to watch General Hospital.
Yeah, when I was
One of my favorite
Laura, when I
clips
was a
that we
little
took
kid.
from that
Yep.
from Sports
Yep.
Unfolded.
Yep.
I remember that clip.
A little kid.
I was stunned
Luke
that
and
both
Laura,
of you
baby.
watched it.
Oh yeah, Luke and Laura, iconic, yo.
Dyson Lovell, producer of The Cotton Club and Hamlet.
Okay.
Mo Henry, and everybody needs more Henry in their viewing pleasures, right? Mo Henry is a negative cutter from The Matrix, Dark Knight, and Heat. Those are three big ones right there, let me tell you.
Mo Henry. Okay.
So he's the negative cutter.
All right,
So
Mo.
he makes the negatives.
Okay. All right. Why can't we just be positive?
I know.
Okay.
I was going to say it, but you said it first.
It's going to be positive.
Good. Tom Johnson, writer for The Daily Show, who won an Emmy in 2001 and 2003. 2 Emmys for writing. The Daily Show is funny.
Yes. True story.
Laurie Johnson, composer of The Avengers and Doctor Strangelove. So this one was supposed to be in the music section, but she ended up here.
Doctor Strangelove. Dr. Strangelove.
Norman Jewison, director of Moonstruck. Snap out of it! Director of that. And Fiddler on the Roof.
Ah, yes.
Kieran Torner. My writing is so bad, I can't make that out. My apologies. Documentary filmmaker. Wallflowers was the one that is of note. That's his big one, Wallflowers. All right, so Dan Wilcox, the writer-producer for Sesame Street and MASH.
Okay.
I don't know how you do those two. MASH is kind of a lot of inappropriate things, and then you have Sesame Street. Go figure. Jim Abrahams, writer, director of Airplane, Police Squad, and Naked Gun. You'll like those.
Yes, true story.
Albert S. Ruddy, producer of Godfather and $1 Million Baby. How about those two? Those two are big movies.
$1 Million Baby.
Tracy Torme, writer for Fire in the Sky and producer for Sliders. Remember that TV show? Used to love that show. Star Trek Next Generation also was the producer. That's pretty good. A lot of big time stuff for all those people that I read. Last but not least, John Landau, producer of Avatar and Titanic. I guess he only did like the movies with the other guy there. I can't even think of his name. Cameron, who made the movies.
Kirk Cameron?
Not Kirk Cameron. You kidding? The filmmaker Cameron. I can't even think of his first name, to be honest with you. But he made Avatar and Titanic. Two of the biggest movies.
Okay.
Kirk Cameron was on what? Family Matters?
No, he was on Growing Pains.
Growing Pains, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Growing Pains.
Yeah.
So, James Cameron. Thank you, Becky. I couldn't think of his name.
Yes.
But that is John Landau. Now, last but not least, is Paula Weinstein, producer for Perfect Storm, The Fabulous Baker Boys, and Blood Diamond.
Perfect Storm was a great movie.
Yes, it was. So was Blood Diamond.
See, he can act. He can act. Perfect Storm was a great movie. He can act.
So, oh, that's right. It was him in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I'll
Take
give
it
him
back
one.
now.
He's got one.
You take it back now.
Not taking it back. Still overrated.
You take it back.
So that brings
Take
me
it back.
to
Take it
Ron's
back.
top 5 of Paula Weinstein movies.
Oh.
I was going to do John Landau, but he only had 5. And they were all of the Avatar and all the James Cameron movies that he made. So I said, I think I'll skip that one. But Paula Weinstein, this is her top movies, right? So, Fabulous Baker Boys, honorable mention. Something to Talk About with Dennis Quaid and Robert Duvall and Gina Rowlands, who will be on the list later on. So, also Flesh and Bone. Oh, Kenny has an emergency, I guess. So Flesh and Bone also on my honorable mention list. Now, top 5. Top 5 as Kenny tries to fix his video. I hear him banging around, so he's probably like taking a hammer to his video camera. So number 5, I have Looney Tunes Back in Action, starring Brendan Fraser, Steve Martin, Joan Cusack, Heather Locklear. Looney Tunes, right? I love the Looney Tunes. I love that movie. I thought Brendan Fraser was very refreshing in that movie. So I loved it. And Chakra's here. Welcome, Chakra. Nice to see you. Happy New Year, Chakra. Hope you're having a great day. It's got to be great now that you're watching the show. It's got to be great now. Number 4 is The Perfect Storm. You know, I love, it's the story really that gets me, and that's why I put it in there. I think it was a great. Oh, the video is fixed. I heard you hammering on it. You know, that's the way to do it, right? You just show who's boss. Yep. You show who's the boss.
Who's boss? That's funny.
You like that?
Hilarious.
Huh? So, Kenny, I don't know if you heard it, but Looney Tunes Back in Action number 5.
Yes.
Number 4, The Perfect
She
Storm.
did Looney Tunes? Yo. Number 4, how can you put Looney Tunes over The Perfect Storm? What is going on in the world?
Wait. Looney Tunes should be higher, is what you're saying?
You said 3.
No, I said 5 is Looney Tunes. 4 is The Perfect Storm. I haven't said 3 yet.
Okay.
Number 3
all right,
is also another Brendan Fraser movie with honors. And I don't know if you remember this movie. It was absolutely hilarious. I want to say it was Joe Pesci that was the homeless guy that used to go in there, and he was absolutely brilliant. What a great movie that was. I enjoyed that so much, and I have to now watch it again because it was good. It was really good, and you might not have ever seen it because it did horrible in the theaters. Number 2, Analyze This with Billy Crystal and of course, Mr. Raging Bull himself. That was a great movie. It was funny. Okay. Second one, not so much. Okay. Not so much. Okay. First one, funny. So that leaves number 1, and it is by a mile, let me tell you. A mile. None of these movies even are close to Blood Diamond. Not even close. Leonardo DiCaprio, that is his best movie. It is not Titanic. It is this one. This movie was fantastic. What a great, great script. It was well done. This movie was awesome. Maybe his second best, because there was another movie that might be better.
You're correct. You are absolutely correct. That this movie is second. Okay, who's eating Gilbert Grape? He did a phenomenal job.
I can't
Leo
even.
did a phenomenal job in that movie.
The Departed is better. The Departed has the best ending in a movie ever.
This is 2025, Ron. Stop being disrespectful.
Gilbert Grape, really, what? Kenny? Oh,
yes. You had Leo. He was the little brother. Then you had Johnny in there. Outstanding. He played the role outstanding.
So you're saying that Titanic, is even better than Titanic?
Then it was this one. Then it was Titanic, yes.
All right, Saturday, Leonardo DiCaprio, top 5 coming. Saturday.
Open!
All right, so that is all of the production for movies and TV. Let's move on to other things, right? So let me get these graphics going here. I gotta find it. I can't find it. Those we lost in 2024. Look, there's everything, right? Anything in entertainment, you know. Yeah. So we are cruising along. Next up is animals. Yes, I have an animal on the list if I can find it. Flacco is an American owl, 13 years old. I don't know how they know it was 13 years old. I'm guessing this was a pet owned by somebody. Want to know how it died?
How?
A window collision.
That's
why I had to do this one. The owl flew into a window and it died. Miss USA, Jackie Lafferty, or whatever, Lafferty, 1952 Miss USA. You're still thinking about the owl. I see it on your face, Kenny. You're still thinking about the owl. What? They put it in there, so I had to report it, right? It was different. See, I'm getting heat for the owl thing. It's not my fault. I didn't make it fly into it. Tough crowd. All right, magicians. The amazing Kreskin. He was a mentalist. He was actually pretty good. I've seen him. He was pretty funny.
Okay.
Yeah, the amazing Kreskin.
All
right. Wally Amos, the founder of famous Amos Cookies.
Yes.
He died.
Yeah.
And remember we did something with LL Bean, right? Not too long ago. Linda Bean, 82 years old. LL Bean's wife died.
Jeez. Yeah.
So she was the boss lady because, we know that the women rule, right?
True. That is true.
So that is going to bring us up to music. Kenny, this is going to be a rough one. This is going to be a rough one. This is why we separate all these with some, not so difficult ones, like Flacco.
Flacco.
All right. These are the musicians. This is a long one, let me tell you. T.M. Stevens, played bass for the Pretenders.
Mm.
Steve Lawrence, he had the song "Go Away, Little Girl" and "Footsteps."
Okay.
Boss,
Go away, little girl.
the rapper Boss, with his song "Deeper." You know that one? I don't know it either.
Nope. Mhm.
Ronnie Stoneman, Hall of Fame bluegrass banjo. He also was on Hee Haw way back. I used to watch Hee Haw,
Yeehaw.
and I remember this guy. I
Wow.
remember this guy. John Love, the pianist for the Quarrymen. Remember that band? No?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Kevin Toney, jazz pianist for the Blackbirds.
Okay. All right.
Chris Cross from Ultravox. Not the Chris Cross that makes you jump.
Right. Correct.
Not the Christopher Cross that sang Sailing.
I love that song. I love it. Yeah, I love this. Say,
Great song, right?
takes me away
It's not him, though.
from where I'm
He's not on
going.
this list. Richard Perry, the producer for You're So Vain, Carly Simon. And I get excited. I'm so excited by the Pointer Sisters.
Oh,
He won a
okay.
Grammy.
Oh.
Bob Breyer, a drummer for My Chemical Romance. My Chemical Romance. They're pretty good.
Okay.
They're pretty good. They got some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Paley, he wrote and produced Brian Wilson and Madonna. So big names for him in there. Not everything,
Yeah.
but a
Yeah.
good chunk.
Yeah.
Sapphire or Sapphire. He did the Menace to Society soundtrack. Great movie. Menace to
Okay.
Society. Did the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Tyka Nelson, that is Prince's sister.
Yes.
And she's had 4 albums herself.
Mm-hmm.
Which is strange because I can't believe that I haven't heard any of it. And that is part of my plan to listen to it. So, my Becky says my inner emo is sad. She's getting sad from this list. Jack Jones, who sang the Love Boat theme. The Love Boat. Remember? I'm not going to sing it all because I don't know the words. Sissy Houston. Grammy-winning gospel singer and, of course, Whitney's mom. She did the Wiz soundtrack. How about that, right? Ease on down the road. John David Souther, writer. He wrote, get this, Heartache Tonight by the Eagles. And he also wrote Best of My Love by the Eagles. 2 big songs. Big songs. This is going to be probably an hour and a half show. Now that I'm looking at the time. All right. So, Barbara Leigh Hunt, Broadway star, Hamlet, and Sherlock Holmes. She was also in Hitchcock's Frenzy.
Okay.
Frankie Beverly from Maze.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
It's a big one. It's a real big one.
Peter Renaday, Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm guessing I had that in the wrong one. That probably should be in the end.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So not a musician but he was an actor. Maurice Williams from the Zodiacs.
This is Zodiacs.
Jack Russell, the singer for Great White. Once bitten,
Not the
twice
dog.
shy.
Hmm.
Joe Bonsall from the Oak Ridge Boys. I used to love Elvira. Elvira.
Elvira.
Elvira.
That's my shit.
My
Elvira.
heart is on fire.
Yeah.
Elvira.
Elvira. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh my God, memories.
Yes.
Shifty Shell Shock, rap rock band, Crazy Town. Mark James, he wrote Suspicious Minds and Hooked on a Feeling and Always on My Mind. That's big. Those are three big ones.
On my mind. Yeah.
All right, here's one. Brother Marquis from Two Live Crew.
Wow. Brother Marquis from Two Live Crew, huh?
Richard Sherman,
Interesting.
not the football player. Songwriter, It's a Small World, and Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Wrote that.
Wow.
Right? That's big.
Uh-huh.
Doug Ingle from Iron Butterfly. They did the song Inagata da Vida. Inagata da Vida, baby. That's all I know. John Wysocki, the drummer from Stained.
Wow.
And I remember this guy, David Sanborn, the saxophone player. He did a lot of solo stuff, and there was a song that he did, and I can't remember the name of the song, but I used to love it. Because it was a lot of saxophone, of course, and it just was one of those songs you had to dance to.
It was the song he did on Family Matters.
Yes.
Yes. He remember he was on Family Matters and he had a concert. He was.
Yep. It was great. What a great song.
That's crazy. Wow. I didn't know he died. Wow. That's crazy.
Yep. Richard Tandy, keyboard player from ELO.
Wow.
Mike Pinder, keyboards from the Moody Blues. Mandisa, the American Idol Season 5 contestant, who won a Grammy for Christian music. A Christian Mandisa.
Mandisa.
Yeah, Mandisa.
Okay. Mandisa.
Dickie Betts, the guitarist from Allman Brothers. Rico Wade, he was the writer of Waterfalls, which TLC just performed it last night.
Did you know that? Did you know that song was originally from Michael Jackson, but he declined it?
Not surprised. It's a great song, though. He should have did it.
Yeah, it is.
Rico Wade. Oh, I just did that. Colin Peterson, drummer for the Bee Gees. It's ironic that they did Stayin' Alive. Too soon?
It's too soon.
Sorry. My apologies. I gotta keep it light. Paul Di'Anno, vocalist from Iron Maiden. Gene Deere, an old time, well, not an old time, but a blues singer. Gianfranco Reverberi, composer of the Django Unchained. Composer,
Movie?
yeah. He made the music.
Yeah.
James Kotak, the drummer of the Scorpions. Love the Scorpions. Marlena Shaw, California Soul. Mary Weiss, the Shangri-Las.
Oh, Shangri-Las.
Yep. Barry Jenkins, drummer of the Animals. Aston family man Barrett from Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Oh, wow.
That's big.
That's big.
Ogmako, another rapper, only 32 years old.
Mako.
I can't Vict. I don't know if I can't read my writing. Vic Lick. He was the guitarist in the James Bond theme. Shel Talmy, producer of My Generation by The Who and You Really Got Me by The Kinks.
Mm. I love that song. You really got me. You really got me.
Joe Egan from Steelers Wheel. He wrote Stuck in the Middle. Love that song. Stuck in the middle. Yeah.
Stuck in the middle with you.
And okay, so those I classified as not the big names.
What?
Yes. Yes. It only gets worse from there. Michael Ward from the Wallflowers. Henry Fabreau, Hall of Fame singer from the Spinners. The Spinners.
Okay.
CJ
Yep.
Snare from Firehouse. He was the lead singer of Firehouse. Alpha Anderson from Chic. Did, La Freak and Good Times.
Yeah.
Phil Lesh, bass player for Grateful Dead. Abdul Duke Fakir, last living Four Tops member. Four Tops are done. They're all gone.
Yep.
That is heartbreaking.
Oh, sugar pie, honey bun. You know that I
Great
love
songs,
you.
right?
Love you, can't help myself.
Tito Jackson. It still keeps going. Chris Christopherson. 3 Grammys, by the way, for Chris Christopherson.
Wow.
Liam Payne from One Direction.
Yeah. Yep.
Eric Carmen. Remember Hungry Eyes from Dirty Dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he also wrote All by Myself. Eric Carmen going. Here's one that many people might not know, but they know him down in Brazil, let me tell you. And this guy was a massive hit maker. Sergio Mendes, legendary Brazilian singer, right? I love the song Never Gonna Let You Go. Never gonna let you go. Hold you in my arms forever. 1983, number one song. He also had Rainbows and that hit number 6, but that was in the 80s. He was even bigger in the late 60s. He had, late 70s. He had 14 Billboard hits.
Wow.
14.
Jeez.
It was the late 60s. It was 66 to like 1970 when he made all these hits. He had 14 of them and a number one song, The Fool on something. On the, I don't know. I didn't write down the last word. So, but he had a number one song then also. This guy was a mega hit, superstar in Brazil. Then, of course, Quincy Jones. We lost Quincy Jones. And also Greg Kinn from the Greg Kinn Band. I don't know if you remember them, but they had the breakup song.
Yep.
And Jeopardy.
Yep.
And last but not least, which we are going to go and discuss a little bit, Toby Keith.
Ah, yes, Toby Keith.
Look at that
Yes,
great picture of him
yes,
saluting.
yes.
So, in my book,
Saluting.
he is saluting all the people that we lost, including himself,
Yep.
and he's saluting all the people that are still have to remember his music. So,
Yeah. Yeah. You may not know this, but Toby Keith has performed for over 250,000 troops since 2002
wow,
in 17 countries.
wow,
So he did a lot. He did a
that's
lot.
impressive.
So 25 number one hits.
Not surprising. Not surprising.
Not surprising, right? Not surprising, right? Not surprising, right? I have two that are not on the list. I have I Love This Bar, which is a very,
Oh,
very
I
good
love
song.
that
Very
song.
good song. Very good
Becky
song.
saw the
Very good
Kingston
song.
concert.
And another one that's not on the list is Talk About Me. Great song.
Oh my God,
Phenomenal song, yeah.
that's one of my favorites by
Phenomenal
him.
song, yeah. Yeah, that's phenomenal song, yeah. Phenomenal song. Talk about your grandmother. So, all right, so we'll go start number five. Number five, Upstairs Downtown, 1994. That's a good song. That was a good song at
Yeah.
number five. Number four, As Good as I Once Was in 2005.
Okay.
Good as it once was. Okay. All right. Number three, He Ain't Worth Missing in 1993.
Yup.
Okay. Okay. Number two would be My List, 2002.
Okay.
Mhm. And the number one song has to be Red Solo Cup.
It's not a bad list, but you missed
2011.
two of them.
What I
Should
miss?
have
What
been
I
a
miss? What I miss?
cowboy. One of
Oh
his
yeah,
earlier
yeah.
ones.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And How Do
Okay,
You
yep,
Like Me
yep.
Now? Oh, it's
Yep.
such a great angry song.
Oh,
How do you like me
yeah,
now?
yep.
Now that I'm on my way.
Yep,
That's
yep,
my
yes.
favorite from him.
Yes. Yes, yes.
But you do have Red
yes.
Solo Cup in there at number one, so I can accept that.
Mhm.
Unlike
Okay,
you
thank you.
always
Thank
calling
you.
me disrespectful, I respect your
Because
opinions.
yes, well.
I respect your opinions. Especially, I'm impressed that you actually know Toby Keith.
What?
Yeah, like, because he's, goes back a little ways. That's like a 90s country guy right there. That's why I'm saying I'm impressed that you know his music.
Yeah.
But there's no mistaking Red Solo Cup. I like this one from Becky. Toby Keith wrote music for people who just love to party, and I appreciate that. Yes, Becky. He's got to be one of the best party
Becky.
song guys out there.
Yes.
Because he does
True
have
story.
Red Solo Cup, of
True
course,
story.
and the bar
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Like, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
Yep.
He's a great partier.
Yes.
Great partier.
Yep.
So that is Toby Keith. He was great. I love his voice.
Yeah.
His voice is just absolutely amazing. And I don't know, but we gotta push on because it's getting late. So I don't want to be too late, but we're gonna go like another 20 minutes easily.
Okay.
All right. So animators, I'll do this really quick. As soon as I can get this changed here, we'll put it on those we lost. Animators, Eli Noyes, animator for Liquid Television. What the hell was that?
Liquid Television.
Ramona Fredone, comic artist from Aquaman. She did Aquaman. MD Bright, comic artist for Armor Wars, Emerald, and Dawn. Ed Pisker, comic artist, X-Men, Hip Hop Family Tree. Kent Melton, sculptor for Lion King, Aladdin, and Incredibles. I don't know what that means. They're animated. So how do you do they get it from the sculpture? I don't know.
I don't know.
Paul Neary, comic artist, UK for 2000 AD and Ultimates. Haruno Takahashi did Inspector Gadget.
Okay, all right.
Mark Gustafson did the PJs and Fantastic Mr. Fox. He also directed Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio and won an Oscar for it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Jose Delbo, comic artist for Wonder Woman, Transformers, and Batgirl. And then last but not least, Akira Toniyama, who did Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay.
And I was supposed to put this up in this one. Dragon Ball Z, that's the gentleman way down in the bottom corner.
Yep. Wow. Okay.
Dragon Ball Z. Big time right there. Right? Also, let me see. Stuntmen. We lost some stuntmen. Conrad Palmisano. He worked on Weekend at Bernie's and Batman Forever. So he was the guy that was always getting hit by the thing. Bang! You know, when they were dragging him in the water. He was the guy that was being dragged.
All right.
In Weekend at Bernie's. You don't remember that?
I remember that. Yeah.
That was funny movie. I still laugh at it all the time.
Yes.
Mickey Gilbert from The Fall Guy, Blues Brothers, and Last of the Mohicans. Grant Page from Mad Max, The Man from Hong Kong, and Tony Farr, who was the stuntman for Chris Pratt and John Hamm. Chris Pratt and John Hamm, not too bad, right? Not too shabby. We also lost someone from the sports world that he died after we did the in memoriam for Sports Unfolded, and that is Greg Gumbel.
Yes,
lost Greg Gumbel. Like this guy did so much, it's insane. He worked for HBO. He did NBC. Of course, CBS. He called one of the Super Bowls that the Patriots won.
Yes. Yep.
Like he's been everywhere. He's done March Madness. He did the Today Show. Remember him on the Today Show?
Yep, I remember him on the Today Show.
So rest in peace, Greg Gumbel. And then of course we did this story just the other day with Martin. We lost former President Jimmy Carter, who did a lot for Habitat for Humanity.
Yes, yep.
Woo! That was a big one. He was actually a genuinely nice guy.
Right, yep.
Probably the last one in office. That was nice. Completely nice, right?
Yeah.
Everybody else, I don't know. But that leads us to our last category, and that is our TV and movies, like the actors. There's a massive list. And I'm going to brush through a bunch of them that people may or may not know. And then we will finish it with the two people that we have a thing for, right? That we've prepared.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's do this first. Janice Page from the Pajama Game and Romance on the High Seas. Terrence Reeser, Raising Hope, The Middle, The Gods Must Be Crazy. Elizabeth McCrae from Gomer Pyle and Bonanza. She played Gomer's girlfriend.
Okay.
Johnny Wachter, General Hospital. Ian Gelder from Game of Thrones and Torchwood. Alan Scarf from Double Impact and Lethal Weapon 3. He was the bad guy. He played like the cop, the dirty cop in Lethal Weapon 3.
Okay.
Great
Yes.
bad
Yes.
guy.
Yes. Yes.
Sonia Christopher, first ever voted off of Survivor. She was the first person ever voted off in the first season.
Wow.
Maria Adams, Young and the Restless, won an Emmy for that. Terry Carter from McCloud and the Monkeys. From McCloud, Battlestar Galactica, and Foxy Brown.
Okay.
Cold Springs Plenty from 1923. Played the Indian, the Native American. Oh my God, that was a bad slip up. Native American. I believe it was the. I think it was the guy that was hired, or the daughter or something on 1923. I can't remember. I saw one episode so far. I gotta finish watching it. Also, Gina Rollins, which we talked about, something to talk about. Also was in The Notebook.
Wow. Okay.
94 years old. Autumn Crittenden from 16 and Pregnant. 16 and Pregnant. That's her claim to fame. Let's try it again. Claim to fame, and she died from fentanyl. So still you young ladies that still want to be on that show? You sure? You sure? Olivia Hussey, who just passed away like a couple of days ago. From Romeo and Juliet in 1968, Black Christmas, and Stephen King's It. Stephen King's It. All right. Also, well, I'll do this one. How about this? Dabney Coleman also. Dabney Coleman from 9 to 5. And on Golden Pond and War Games and Tootsie. 92 years old. Barnard Hill from Lord of the Rings. He was King Rohan. He was also the captain on Titanic. Not the actual Titanic, in the movie Titanic.
Yeah, there he is. There he is. There he is right there.
Yep.
He's right there.
Right in that middle.
Yeah, right
Lord of the Rings, my favorite movies.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Tony Todd, Candyman. Then how are they going to make a new one, right? They're going to have to put somebody else in that role? Not acceptable. Not acceptable. He's a Candyman. Do you have to say Candyman like 3 times?
Whoa. Don't say it again.
Well, that is my 3rd time.
Oh.
Oh, come on. You blaming it on me? You're blaming his death on me?
Yeah.
Because I hate the movie?
I was wondering when you were going to read it. I was like, oh.
Blaming it on me. Right. He was in Tootsie. I loved him in Tootsie. It's not my fault, Becky. What's the matter with you? Making me feel bad. All right. Georgia Hale. From Mahler and Castaway. Played in Castaway. That's pretty good. I don't know where. He was by himself most of the movie. Glynis Johns
Maybe he
from
was
Mary
Wilson.
Poppins and the Sundowners. Christian Oliver from Speed Racer and Saved by the Bell New Class. Brian McConaughey, SCTV, SNL, National Lampoons. Dix Davis from Our Town. Sarah Rice from Sweeney Todd and the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. Blockbuster. Adam Canto from Designated Survivor and Cleaning Lady. I gotta watch that series. I heard it was pretty good. Tisa Farrow from Zombie Z and Homer.
Zombie Z. Okay.
Lynn Marta from Footloose and Love American Style. Bill Hayes, Days of Our Lives. Wow. Alec Musser, All My Children. Suicide by Gunshot.
Jeez.
50 years old. Jolie Myra, The Sea and the Seventh Day. Joyce Randolph, The Honeymooners. Is that Trixie? I think that's Trixie.
Think so.
Oh my God. Art Carney's on-screen wife there. That's too bad. Yeah. That is too bad. William O'Connell from Outlaw Josie Wales and Every Which Way But Loose. Two great Clint Eastwood movies. David Gale from Port Charles and Beverly Hills 90210. David M.G. Dawn of the Dead. Elena Faison. Willow and Hot Fuzz. Gary Graham, Alien Nation, Star Trek Enterprise, and All the Right Moves. Herbert Coward from Deliverance. Hinton Battle, The Wiz, Dreamgirls, and Miss Saigon. Was a Tony Award winner in 1981, 84, and 91. 3 Tonys. Cheetah Rivera from West Side Story and Chicago, a Tony winner in 84 and 93. Don Murray, Bus Stop and the Plainsman. Helena Rojo, Great Adventures of Zorro and Mysterio. Desmond Kelly, Dark Knight. Michael Jaston, Doctor Who and Only Fools and Horses. Tony Ganios from Porky's. Did you watch Porky's?
Of course I watched Porky's.
The Wanderers and Die Hard 2.
Wait, what?
Die Hard 2. I think that was the maintenance guy, the one that was cleaning up and helped him at the top of the escalator. I think it's him.
Okay.
Ewan McIntosh played Keith Bishop on The Office. There's so many. I can't even read all of these. Like, there's so many. All right. Paul Diamantino from Slapshot. He was one of the Hanson brothers.
Okay. All right.
He was also on Deer Hunter and Firepower. Richard Lewis from Curb Your Enthusiasm. He was a stand-up comic. He also was in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yes.
Pretty funny guy.
Yep.
Ron Harper of Planet of the Apes. There's so many. Like this is page 2.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Oh, Jesus. David Soul from Starsky and Hutch. I used to love that show. That
Mm,
was such a great show.
me too.
And then they made that
Me
stupid
too.
movie that disrespected it.
Mm. With Snoop Dogg?
I don't know, Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
Oh,
Just terrible.
yeah,
As soon
terrible.
as they made it off to be a
Yeah.
comedy, I was like, nope, done.
Nope.
So
Yeah.
I shut it off in like 10 minutes.
Mm.
Also, I will leave him for last. All right, looking down this list, of course, oh my God, Louis Gossett Jr.
Mm.
I want to fly jets. My grandmother wants to fly jets. Officer and a Gentleman.
Yes.
He was on Roots, Iron
Yes.
Eagle. He won an Oscar in '82. I mean, he was great.
Yep.
Chance
Yep.
Perdomo, Gen V, 27 years old, died.
Mm.
Uh, Barbara Rush from Paint Place, All My Children, It Came From Outer Space. Joe Flaherty from SCTV, Freaks and Geeks, and Happy Gilmore.
Mm.
Wasn't that the golfer that he was playing?
Yeah.
Just tap it in.
Just happening.
That was
Yeah.
him, I believe,
Big.
right? Yeah, because he was on
Yeah, I think
SCTV.
so. Yeah. Yeah.
Hudson Meek, 16 years older, 16 years old, from Baby Driver.
Yeah. I
Kid,
just heard that.
16
Yeah.
years old. A shame. A shame. Michael Cole, the last original Mod Squad member. Used to love that show.
Mhm.
Uh, Paul Teal from One Tree Hill. Um, Wayne Northrup from Days of Our Lives and Dynasty. He kept inviting Happy to the Sizzler. Oh, that's the guy. That's right. He was the guy that Happy, you suck. You're right. That's right. Now I remember. Now I remember him. Oh my God, what a great movie that is. Terry Garr, which we did a thing back when she died. From Mr. Mom, Tootsie, Young Frankenstein, very funny lady.
Yeah.
Also Ron Ely, Tarzan.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was the TV Tarzan from 1968. I mean 1966 to 68.
Yeah.
Also Frank Fritz from American Pickers. You know the guy with the,
Yeah.
I used to
Yep.
watch that show.
Yeah.
That was good.
Me too.
I
Me
loved it.
too.
Tony
Me too.
Award winning Gavin Creel from Hello Dolly and Hair.
Mm.
John Ashton, Sergeant Taggart,
Yep.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yep.
Loved him in that movie. He was a great character actor, but in that movie, he was magnificent in those movies. Magnificent. Oh, that one stinks. Maggie Smith, who won 2 Oscars and was in Othello and Secret Garden.
Mm.
Emily Gold, who was a contestant on America's Got Talent, 17 years old, committed suicide.
Mm.
Chad McQueen, who played Dutch in Karate Kid. The white hair kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
James Darren, now 88 years old. He was in all those Gidget movies. My mom and dad used to watch those all the time. James Darren. My mom loved James Darren. Loved.
Wait, Gidget movies.
What?
Gidget movies.
Yeah, the Gidget movies. They're back in the 50s and 60s. Before your time, Kenny. But I had to put that one because, I mean, my mom loved
Gidget
them.
Gidget movies. We're not talking about. Oh, okay, never mind.
Gidget.
Okay.
Phil
Where do
Donahue.
you see my digit?
Phil Donahue passed away.
Oh yeah, Phil.
Obi Ndefo from Dawson's Creek.
Hmm.
James Earl Jones.
Yes.
I
Yep.
mean, the
James
voice
Earl
of Darth
Jones. Yeah.
Vader. I mean, come on. And,
Yeah.
Arby's.
Yep. We have the meats.
And there's,
Yeah.
of course, lots of things. I believe he was in Roots as well, right?
Yep. Yes, he was.
I mean,
Yes.
he's just great. He was great. John Amos, also Roots.
Yep.
And Good Times, Coming to America.
Hmm.
I mean, I love
Yep.
him. He was also in Conan the
Yeah.
Barbarian.
Yep. He
Uh,
was also in Die Hard 3.
yes, Die Hard 2. 2.
Was it
That was the
2?
one at the
Yeah, it
airport,
was 2. Yeah.
and he played a bad guy.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. 2. Yes. Yes.
Peter Marshall from Hollywood Squares, 98 years old.
Mm. Wow.
That stinks. Bob Newhart, another one,
Yeah.
right? These are big
Yep.
stars. These are big stars. Shannon Doherty from 90210. She was a pretty girl,
Yeah. Yes, she was.
and she was making a comeback too, and then she got really sick, and it's too bad.
Yep.
Um, got to do something about that disease. Cancer is like taking
Yeah.
almost all of these people,
Yep.
and
Crazy.
this is why we're glad that Becky is cancer free right now. That's
Yes.
huge for
Yes.
us.
Yes. Yep.
Richard Simmons passed away.
Yep.
He was a funny man.
Mm.
Yeah, no, Becky, it's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. And people, if you're going to donate to something, do for that. Because that is just
Yep.
like when you look at almost, I'd say 75% of these people that we've read off today is cancer.
Hmm. Yeah.
We got to do something about it. Dr. Ruth Westheimer, 96 years old.
Mm.
Dr. Ruth, gone.
Yep. Dr. Ruth.
Shelley Duvall from The Shining and Popeye.
Hmm. That's crazy.
Benji Gregory, Brian Tanner from Alf. That was the little kid.
Hmm. Wow, that's crazy.
It's terrible. Martin Mull from Mr. Mom and Mrs. Doubtfire. So we lost 2 from Mr. Mom.
Hmm.
I mean, 2 of the main
Yep.
characters. There's only one other main character. We lost 2 of them.
Yeah.
Woo. Taylor Wiley from Hawaii Five-0, the more recent one, not the original.
Wow.
Donald Sutherland from Hunger Games, MASH, and Outbreak. 3 massive movies. Massive. I believe that leaves us with our 2. Hopefully,
Yes.
I did not miss anybody. This list was very. Look, there's a lot of people I couldn't read off because I literally
Hmm.
have like 3 pages of just the acting, and I
Jeez.
couldn't read them all because I'd be
Yeah.
here till Christmas next year
Yeah.
or this year. Christmas
Yep.
this year.
Yeah.
So
This year.
that leaves us the 2 that we decided that we wanted to talk about, and we're gonna take care of yours first, Kenny, because Chuck Woolery.
Yeah, Chuck really iconic game show
But
host.
before you do that, let me
But you
read
know
this
what?
from Becky. Cancer research
Okay.
is corrupt. Donate to the families direct to alleviate the burden of bills and time off work. So look, this is coming from a survivor, and you need to
Yep.
listen to what she tells you. If you have any questions about this, that's the person to talk to because she's been through it.
Yep.
So, listen
Yeah.
to what she says. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's time for Chuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I put
All
Google.
right. Good old Chuck
Oh, look at
Willoughby.
this. I put a G instead of a D. Google Chuck.
Oh, Google.
Good old Chuck.
Google. Hey, Google Chuck.
Google
Yeah.
Chuck.
You better Google him. Google Chuck. Yeah. 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 Good old Chuck. Yeah. Iconic game show host. What can I say? But, we all have dual talents. So I'm gonna get to the talent you do know. Chuck hosted the first Wheel of Fortune at age
Yep.
33. Started in 1997. Um, Love Connection
Yes.
did for 11 years, 1983, and he all taught us how to spell with Scrabble.
Yeah, which I apparently did not
Yeah.
see.
Exactly. Yeah. In 1984, he was the only person to have two game shows in the 90s.
Okay.
The only
All
person to have
right.
two game shows at the 90s, and he did multiple things. But before he even started game shows, he wanted to be a singer.
Really? Oh,
He wanted to be a singer and a songwriter. So what has he done? He's wrote two songs. He's wrote multiple songs. I'm sorry. He's wrote multiple songs. He's written for Pat Boone.
really? Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I did not know this.
And Tammy
Amy
Wynette.
Wynette.
The song "The Joys of Being a Woman."
Yep.
He wrote that.
Very good. Wow, I did not know that. Look
Yeah.
at Kenny bringing the facts today. Bringing the facts.
That's what I do, man. That's what I do.
That's impressive. And I'm
That's
I'm
impressive, right?
surprised that he didn't go into acting
Yeah.
because he's got
Yeah.
that charisma.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Hmm.
I don't know. Like everybody watched those game shows because they didn't care about the game show.
Right? Yeah. They cared about him.
Yeah, like he has that it quality, and he could have pretty much done anything, I think. But he got paid a steady job, doing game shows, and he obviously wrote some songs that did okay, and he made a career.
Yeah. Yep.
Rest in peace, Chuck.
Yep. Rest in peace, Chuck.
I watched the shows. I watched them.
Me too. I love Love Connection.
Yeah.
I
I love
love
seeing his
Connection.
reactions to what happens.
Yeah, right.
The reaction things was awesome.
Yeah.
And I decided for me I was going to do Carl Weathers.
Hmm. Okay.
So, and yes, I did another top 5 for Carl Weathers. Now, I didn't choose to do movies. I decided to go with roles that he played.
Okay. Okay. All
Because
right.
if I did movies, then I wouldn't be able to include some of the stuff that he did that was awesome on TV.
Hmm.
And one of those things, I don't know because I can't figure out where I put it. There it is.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
So, Han's top 5 Carl Weathers roles. First, the honorable mentions.
Oh.
State's Attorney Mark Jeffries from all the Chicago series. So Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, and Chicago Justice, which I didn't even know there was a Chicago Justice. if I would have known that, I would have watched it
Okay.
because it
Right.
had this guy in it, and I would have loved to watch that. I can only imagine some guy from Rocky. Come on, some
God.
guy.
Wow.
He also played Police Chief
First
Hampton Fords in
fir-
The Heat of the Night.
Hold on. First of all, I got so many jokes right now. Lando Calrissian, wrong person. Wrong person. This is not Billy D. This.
Who said it was? Oh yeah, he did, huh?
I know we all look alike, but come on, Becky. Come on. I know we all look alike, but come
I'm
on,
glad
Becky. You
you
do better
said
than
it.
that. I had to.
I mean, I'm still trying to
had to get-
recover from when I said you were swimming with the great whites,
Yes.
which was one of the
Yes.
funniest moments I think on the show.
Oh yes. What? Hilarious. Hilarious.
All right, yeah, my white is showing. Yeah, that's what Becky says. Not me. I didn't say that. I'm not claiming that one. He also played Sergeant Olin Weaver from Force 10 from Navarone. I loved that movie when I was young. I might have to watch it again to see if it's still good. Q Ron talking about the KKK. Yes, we get that one. Thomas Robb and Kenny are going to go swimming with the Great Whites.
Oh man.
And then
Okay.
my bubble character,
Okay.
Colonel
all right.
Al Dillon from Predator.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's an honorable mention.
Wait. That didn't make
It
the list?
didn't make top 5. He's an honorable mention. You say that now, Kenny, but you're going to know. And I think this is the list that you approve of 100%. I'm telling you.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Number
Okay,
5.
let's go. Number 5.
Grief Karga from Mandalorian. Number 5. Yes, number 5. You're going to approve of the top 5. Let me tell you.
Okay,
Your order
all right.
might be a little different, but
I didn't see Mandalorian.
Number
I think I
4.
did. I think I can't remember.
Number 4.
Okay, number 4.
And I hope you remember this. Combat Carl from Toy Story 4. Combat Carl.
Yes.
Number
Yes.
4.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
Now
yes.
you know why
Yes.
Predator isn't in
Yes.
there, right?
Yes. Okay.
Number 3.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Jericho Action Jackson. Action Jackson.
Okay. Yeah. Action. Yep.
Action
Okay.
Jackson.
All right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Number 2. Chubbs from Happy Gilmore.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Gilmore. He also played the same character in Little Nicky. I did not know that. I didn't make it through the whole movie of Little Nicky. It was terrible. But he played the same character in a second movie, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But number 1 absolutely has to be Apollo Creed. Has to be Apollo Creed. Like, it was such a great role from the beginning to how it ended. It was a great role, and it's not just some guy in a Rocky movie. He was fantastic in the Rocky movie.
Yeah, yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
So I have to go look at the message that Becky sent. Can only imagine. Oh yeah, I know. Oh my God. That's funny, Becky. Funny. Posted a picture of both actors. You should have posted it in the chat of
Oh,
this show.
oh man. Oh wow. Yeah, they could
Oh,
be
you can't
brothers.
send pictures there. Oh, so
Uh,
look, I mean, you
they could be.
compare the
They,
two,
they,
Billy D. Williams and Carl Weathers.
yeah,
Yes, they
yeah.
do look very similar. They do.
Similar. They could be brothers.
They could be
Wait a
brothers.
minute. They were brothers. Wait a minute. They were brothers. Ray Run. They were brothers.
Yeah.
They were brothers.
All right. The show has completely gone off the rails now.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, Becky.
But that, rest in peace to all of these people, even the ones we couldn't
Yes,
put
yes,
out there. Look, we're on an hour and
yes.
45 minutes now. So
I know,
we
right?
ran very over today, but I kind of knew that was going to happen because when we did
Me
sports
too.
only, it took 40 minutes just to
Mhm,
do sports. So it's
mhm.
not a surprise to me that it ran long. I just hope you enjoyed the
Right.
show and think back about
Yes.
all these famous celebrities, and hopefully they brought you something good, right? Now, we
Yeah.
read off
Yeah.
these lists, and there was so many people that nobody knew, but they had great credits to their work. And,
Yeah.
if it brings you joy, rewatch them. Rewatch them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
rest in peace, all of them. This is, it's a show that I hate doing, but I love doing.
Mhm.
Because you don't want to really talk about, what was, but in memories with some of these people that brought me so many good memories in movies and TV and
Yeah.
music and comics. I mean, it's just you can't duplicate those things.
Right.
Those moments that we had when we watched, like say Rocky for the first time, you
Mhm.
know,
Yep.
and all these other shows and the music, like listening to Toby Keith, for instance. Like how
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
good times did you have listening to Toby Keith with the party songs, right? Red
Yes.
Solo Cup comes
Yes.
to mind
Yep.
at least
Yep.
in 3 different parties that I've been to.
Mm.
So they all bring in memories. So
Yep.
cherish those memories, cherish the work that these people
Yep.
have done, and go and rewatch some of this stuff. Go
Yeah.
rewatch
Yep.
because it's worth it. It's
Yep.
worth it. So
Yep.
um, tomorrow I get to come back tomorrow. And I be
Ooh.
here with Becky
Ooh.
tomorrow. Becky comes in
Yep. Yep.
and
Yep.
takes
Yep.
lead, takes control, and I cannot wait to
Yep.
see what she brings in tomorrow. And
Uh-oh.
I hope everybody enjoys their new year. And please, continue being safe because I know there's people still partying probably right now.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
And
You're right.
me myself, I'm gonna go out and have some breakfast,
All right.
even
I
though
hear you. I
it's
hear
late.
you. Our thoughts and prayer. Our thoughts and prayers are with New Orleans, the
Yes,
tragedy that happened this morning.
yes,
Okay. Thoughts and prayers. It's
absolutely.
just an
We
act
we
of
need to
terrorists. It's just,
we need to fix this world. We really do.
yeah,
So
we
have a
do.
great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
Have a good one.